Do you want to work on patents for software or hardware, artistic or musical rights in question, or tell business clients how to license their content in a safe way? Intellectual property rights cover a wide range of businesses that make money. Find out what intellectual property law is and how it is used, as well as the many things IP lawyers do. What does it mean to say that someone has intellectual property rights? Intellectual property rights are any rights that a person or business has over intangible assets that are protected against unauthorized use. Intangible assets are things that can't be seen or touched, like the right to own intellectual property. The following are examples of intellectual property rights: domain names, patents, and the look of businesses. Patents that have private information in them. Moral principles. Rights to a database authorship is useful. A mark of service. Logos trademarks give design rights to logos. Marks or business names. Commercial espionage computer programs. What are the different kinds of intellectual property? There are 4 types of intellectual property rights: patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. Many of these types of intellectual property law are sometimes used together by people who own intellectual property to protect the same intangible assets. Copyright law protects a product's slogan, but trademark law only protects its name. 1. Patents. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office gives property rights to original ideas, like methods and devices. Patent law gives exclusive rights to one or more inventors and protects their creations from being used without their permission. As the patent on the first computer shows, technology companies often use patents to protect the money they put into making new cutting-edge products. There are 3 different types of patents, which are: design patents give protection for how an invention looks. Ornamental design patents cover things like emojis, fonts, and the shape of the Coca-Cola bottle, which are all unique visual features. Plant patents are a way to protect new plant species. A plant patent is shown by fruit trees that don't have any bugs on them, but if the tree looks different from other trees, inventors might also need a design patent. Utility patents offer protection for products that are useful and do something useful. Software, drugs, and car safety systems are all examples of IP. This is the first and still largest area of patent law. 2. Names of brands. The law protects how a business uses logos, sounds, words, colors, and other symbols to make its goods or services stand out. The Twitter logo, the golden arches at McDonald's, and the font used by Dunkin' are all trademarks. Patents only protect a single product, while trademarks can cover a wide range of goods. The Lanham Act, which is also known as the Trademark Act of 1946, covers trademarks, trademark infringement, and service marks. 3. Rights to copy. Copyright laws protect the rights of the people who made the original works of intellectual property. Copyrights, unlike patents, must be observable. Copyright can't be used to protect ideas, for example, but you can get a copyright and record a speech, poem, or song that you wrote yourself. When an original work of authorship, OBA, is made, the copyright goes to the person who made it right away. But owners have an advantage in court if they file a claim with the U.S. Copyright Office. 4. Secrets of a business. Trade secrets are intellectual property that belong to a business. They are private, valuable, and full of useful information. They could be a formula, a recipe, or a way to do something that gives you an edge over your competitors. For a piece of information to be a trade secret, companies must make an effort to keep it secret. Information that is no longer secret can no longer be kept secret by trade secret laws. Assets can be physical or not, and 18 U.S.C. 1839-3 says that information that is a trade secret can be any of the following. Business is about money, technology, the economy, science, and engineering. One well-known example is the recipe for Coca-Cola. Another is Google's search algorithm. In contrast to patents, only the owner can see a trade secret. What are some examples of breaking the law when it comes to intellectual property? The main intellectual property crimes are stealing trade secrets and stealing someone else's work. Infringements on intellectual property include Creating a logo or name to make people think they are buying the original brand. Making an unauthorized video or music recording. Copying intellectual property, yes, even on a photocopier for private use. It is illegal to copy a patent and sell it as your own. Products with patents that are made without a valid license. Intellectual property gives the same kinds of protections as real property because it can be bought, sold, or rented. In the same way, there are similar ways to treat. A disagreement can be settled by taking someone's property, giving them money for damages, or telling them to stop doing something.